grew up in Alberta, Minnesota, which was a town of 20,000, 10 Jewish families, 10 Jewish families, and 4 of them had my same last name. So I was always the only Jewish girl in my class, and I didn't receive any significant Jewish education when I was young. My family, and I remember this clearly, attended high holiday services, but I had no idea about what was going on. My involvement in Jewish life is due to the welcoming and to the care that I received by many different communities and institutions. First by Herzl Camp, later by USY, by my friends and my rabbi, Rabbi Joe, Zichrono Livracha. It was nurtured again by the University of Minnesota Hillel, the rabbi, Rabbi Adler and his wife, Rachel, and community. And then later, the community that I was a part of, my synagogue community, and the rabbi, the cantor, and their families opened their homes to me. Many times I shared Shabbat meals, Chagim. They were my models, and they are my models of Hachnasat Orchim. And where did they learn it? They learned it from Parshat Vayera and the story of Abraham greeting the men. And it says, Vayar elav ad Hashem, Belone Mamre, Vehu Yoshev Petach HaOhel, Kechom Hayom. Vayisa einav Vayar, Vehine Shlosha Anashim, Nitzavim alav, Vayar, Vayaratz Ligratam, Mipetach HaOhel, Vayishtachu Arza. God appeared to him by the terebinths of Mamre. Abraham was sitting at the entrance of the tent as the day grew hot. Looking out, he saw the 3 men standing near him, and as soon as he saw them, he ran for the entrance of the tent to greet them, and bowing to the ground, he said, "My lords, if it please you, do not go past your servant. Let a little water be brought, bathe your feet, and recline under the tree. And let me fetch a morsel of bread that you may refresh yourself, and then go on, seeing that you have come your servant's way." He saw, he greeted, and he fed them. So just as Abraham approached God's messengers, we are God's messengers when we welcome people. We all know how great it feels when someone welcomes us as we begin a new experience, a new class, a new job, or join a new community. My rabbinate is devoted to welcoming people into Jewish life. I care deeply and I create experiences so that people have positive Jewish experiences and that they'll choose to be Jewish, because I think everybody today chooses Judaism. I encourage others to find their own personal connections to God, to Torah, and to our people. Now, one of my favorite stories of welcoming occurred in 1984. I know when I say this, people go, So I was a newly ordained rabbi serving Park Slope Jewish Center. The shul was just coming back. Yeah, where's Gard? Okay. Coming back to life after years of decline. A group of us were walking to Tashlich. I introduced myself to a young couple. We were all young back then. They said, "We're looking for a shul." I said, "I'm looking for community members and friends." Saying hello, asking them questions about themselves, was the beginning of a wonderful friendship, a Shabbat lunch chavurah, and their deepening religious involvement and leadership in the shul, which continues in our parsha. It says, "Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham." God said, "Make me a mikdash, and I will dwell among you." When we open our hearts, our homes, and our shuls, God is dwelling among us. So let's continue to fulfill this mitzvah of Hachnasat Orchim. Introduce yourselves to the newest members of the Pardes community so that they can feel cared about as they explore the meaning of studying Jewish texts and living Jewishly in our community as we work better.
אני קם בעברית בבוקר ושותה בעברית קפה משלם בעברית ביוקר על כל דבר שאני קונה